Good evening. Today we are going to read the book of Exodus, chapter 3. The last time we saw Exodus, chapter 2, wherein Moses was born, and the Pharaoh of Egypt had declared that every male child should be annihilated, should be killed when born. And the mother of Moses hid her son, and she put him in a basket and floated him at the river Nile. And we saw that the the daughter of Pharaoh was bathing herself with her friends, with her maidens, and she saw this little baby crying, and she had compassion on him, and she took him in, and she raised him as one of her sons, and he was considered like the prince of Egypt. He grew up at the palace. And here in chapter 3, we'll see how the Lord meets Moses. In chapter 2, we saw also that Moses saw two Hebrews fighting with each other, and he told the two brothers, "Why are you fighting, you two brothers?" And the other one said, "Did you want to kill me the way you killed the Egyptian? Who made you a ruler and a judge over us?" And when he heard that, he was afraid, and the word went to Pharaoh, and Pharaoh was upset with Moses, so Moses had to run away from the Pharaoh. And now we see here in chapter 3 how God meets Moses. And let's read chapter 3, verse 1. It says, "Now Moses was tending the flock of Jethro, his father-in-law, the priest of Midian, and he led the flock to the back of the desert and came to Horeb, the mountain of God. And the angel of the Lord appeared to him in the flame of fire from the bush was burnt. So he looked, and behold, the bush was burning with fire, but the bush was not consumed. Then Moses said, I will now turn aside and see this great sight, why the bush does not burn. So when the Lord saw that he turned aside to look, God called to him from the midst of the bush and said, Moses, Moses. And he said, Here I am. Then he said, Do not draw near this place. Take your sandals off your feet, for the place where you stand is holy ground. Moreover, he said, I am the God of your father, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. And Moses hid his face, for he was afraid to look upon God. And the Lord said, I have surely seen the oppression of my people who are in Egypt, and have heard their cry because of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows. So I have come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up from that land to a good and large land, to a land flowing with milk and honey, to the place of the Canaanites and the Hittites and the Amorites and the Perizzites and the Hivites and the Jebusites. Now therefore, behold, the cry of the children of Israel has come to me, and I have also seen the oppression with which the Egyptians oppress them. Come now, therefore, and I will send you to Pharaoh, that you may bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Egypt. But Moses said to God, Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh, and that I should bring the children of Israel out of Egypt? So he said, I will certainly be with you, and this shall be a sign to you that I have sent you. When you have brought this people out of Egypt, you shall serve God on this mountain. Then Moses said to God, Indeed, when I come to the children of Israel and say to them, The God of your fathers had sent me to you, and they say to me, What is his name? What shall I say to them? And God said to Moses, I am who I am. And he said, Thus you shall say to the children of Israel, I am has sent me to you. Moreover, God said to Moses, Thus you shall say to the children of Israel, The Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob, has sent me to you. This is my name forever, and there is my memorial to all generations. Go and say to them, The Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham, of Isaac, and of Jacob, appeared to me, saying, I have surely visited you and seen what is done to you in Egypt. And I have said, I will bring you up out of the affliction of Egypt to the land of the Canaanites, and the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, to a land flowing with milk and honey. Then they will heed your voice, and you shall come, you and the elders of Israel, to the king of Egypt, and you shall say to him, The Lord God of the Hebrews has met with us, and now please let us go 3 days' journey into the wilderness, that we may sacrifice to the Lord our God. But I am sure that the king of Egypt will not let you go, no, not even by a mighty hand. So I will stretch out my hand and strike Egypt with all my wonders, which I will do in the midst, and after that he will let you go. And I will give the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. It shall be, when you go, that you shall not go empty-handed. But every woman shall ask of her neighbor, namely, of he who dwells near her house, articles of silver, articles of gold, and clothing, and you shall put them on your sons and on your daughters, so you shall plunder the Egyptians. Now I will read also in Tigrigna. Nailomi, Nibabna, Orit Zat, Salsai, Marafi. ሙሴ ድማ ኣባጊዕ የትሮ ሓምኡ ካህን ሚድያን ይጓሲ ነበረ። ነተን ኣባጊዕ እናኸብከበን ናብ ክንየው በረኻ ናብ ሆሬብ ከረን ኣምላኽ መፀ። መልኣኽ እግዚኣብሔር ከዓ ካብ ማእከል ኣሻኹ ቁጥቋጥ ባሃልሃልታ ሓዊ ተራእዮ። እንተጠመተ ድማ እናሃ እታ ቁጥቋጥ ብሓዊ ትነድድ ነበረት። እታ ቁጥቋጥ ግና ኣይተበልዐትን። ሙሴ ከዓ እዚ ዓብዪ ትርኢት እዚ እዛ ቁጥቋጥ ከመይ ኢላ ሞኽ ከምዘይትብል ደኣ ከይደ ክርኢ በለ። እግዚኣብሔር ድማ ክርኢ ከም ዝቐረበ ምስ ረኣየ ኣምላኽ ካብ ማእከል እታ ቁጥቋጥ ሙሴ ሙሴ ኢሉ ፀውዖ። ንሱ ድማ እኔኹ በለ። ሽዑ ከዓ ናብዚ ትቕረብ፣ እዛ ደው ኢልካላ ዘለኻ ቦታ ቅድስቲ ምድሪ እያ እሞ ኣሳንካ ካብ ኣእጋርካ ኣውፅእ በሎ። ድማ ኣነ ኣምላኽ ኣቦኻ ኣምላኽ ኣብርሃም ኣምላኽ ይስሓቅ ኣምላኽ ያዕቆብ ከዓ እየ በለ። ሙሴ ድማ ንኣምላኽ ከይጥምት ፈሪሕ እሞ ገጹ ከደነ። እግዚኣብሔር ድማ ፀበባ እቲ ኣብ ግብፂ ዘሎ ህዝበይ ፈሊጠ እሞ ስቓዮም ኣፀቢቐ ርኢኹ፣ እቲ ብሰሪ መጨነቕቶም ዘእውይዎ ከዓ ሰሚዐ ኣለኹ። ስለዚ ካብ ኢድ ግብፃውያን ከድሕኖም ወሪደ ኣለኹ። ካብታ ምድሪ እቲኣ ናብታ ጽብቕትን ርሕብትን ፀባን ማዕርን ተውሕዝ ምድሪ ናብታ ቦታ ከነኣናውያን፣ ሒታውያን፣ ኣሞራውያን፣ ፈሪዛውያን፣ ሓዋውያን፣ የቡሳውያን ከደይቦም እየ። ሕጂ ድማ እንሆ ኣውያት ደቂ እስራኤል ናባይ መጽእ፣ እቲ ግብፃውያን ዘጥቅዕዎም ጥቕዓት ርኢኹ። እምበር ሕጂ ንዓ ንህዝበይ ደቂ እስራኤል ካብ ግብፂ ከተውፅኦም ናብ ፈርዖን ክልእኸካ እየ በለ ሙሴ ድማ ንኣምላኽ ናብ ፈርዖን ዝኸይድን ንደቂ እስራኤል ካብ ግብፂ ዘውፅእንከ ኣነ መን እየ በሎ ኣምላኽ ከዓ ኣነ ምስኻ ክኸውን እሞ ኣነ ከም ዝለኣኽኩኻ ድማ እዚኣ ትእምርቲ ትኾንካ ነቲ ህዝቢ ካብ ግብፂ ምስ ኣውፃእካዮ ኣብ ዝኸረን እዚ ንኣምላኽ ከተገልግልዎ ኢኹም በለ ሙሴ ድማ ንኣምላኽ እንሆ ናብ ደቂ እስራኤል መጽኤ ኣምላኽ ኣቦታትኩም ናባኻትኩም ልኢኹኒ ምስ በልክዎም ሽሙ መን እዩ እንተበሉንስ እንታይ ክብሎም እየ በሎ ኣምላኽ ከዓ ንሙሴ እቲ ዘለኹ እየ ዘለኹ በሎም በለ ድማ ንደቂ እስራኤል እቲ ኣለኹ ናባኻትኩም ለኣኸኒ በሎም ኣምላኽ ድማ ወሲኹ ንሙሴ በሎ ንደቂ እስራኤል ከም ዝበሎም እግዚአብሔር ኣምላኽ ኣቦታትኩም